What is up, guys? In this video I'm going to show you how to trade a Bitcoin rising wedge pattern, and this pattern is valid for any stock, commodity, any crypto. I've also seen a channel pattern developing from the 9th of November on Bitcoin, and currently we are having a huge move happening, so it's critical that I get this content out quickly. So if you like this kind of content, please smash the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel. My name is Shawn, Czar Trader Guy. Let's get into the content. So if you head over to the patternsite.com and search for a rising wedge pattern, you can see it can be any direction leading to the pattern. It's a narrow and rising triangle shape. Price bounces between two upsloping converging trend lines, and price to touch at a minor high or minor low. Each trend line has at least 5 times to outline a good pattern. That's 3 touches on one trend line, 2 touches on the opposite. 3 weeks is the minimum duration, otherwise it's a pennant, very important. It does trend downwards 79% of the time until the breakout. Can be any direction, but it is downward 60% of the time. The pattern confirms a valid one when the price closes outside the trend lines. I was actually looking at that pattern and thinking, if we see a break of this trend line here, we could see a really big move to the downside. Now the target normally is the start of the wedge, but that, as you can see, is the $19,000 area. I really don't think we are going to reach that, at least not in the short time frame. But at the moment we've got major support levels on, you can see in this weekly time frame, I've got a weekly support level there at 46,628, daily support at 44,572, a monthly at 43,661. If I turn on my 4-hour support, there's another support at 42,500 area, very strong support at 40,700, and extremely strong support at 31,000, 29,000 area. Now when price was dipping down on the 17th of May, people were calling for the price to drop down to even $10,000, but we saw a huge bounce there. Sentiment at the moment has been extremely negative and bearish, and people have been calling for Bitcoin to go down to 45,000, 42,000, which is still a possibility, but we are seeing a very big bounce at the moment. If you look on the 4-hour time frame, we've had a very nice bounce off the trend line from 47,100, and we're currently sitting at 48,200. And one of the ways that you can trade this pattern, when it's at the bottom of the pattern, especially if you're a risky trader, you would have put in a long position when it bounced off this bottom trend line. And important to look at the 15-minute, 5-minute and 30-minute time frame to see if you've got bullish candle momentum and bullish price action happening at that point. So if I longed it, I would put my stop loss just below this trend line, maybe at the 44,500, even 45,000 area. Not financial advice. Please make sure you do your research and have risk management in place. If this candle goes up and rejects at this point, comes down, and we get an hourly close or hourly candle close below this trend line, we could see price going lower from here. But as you can see, from the 14th of December, we've had a very big move up, hit the top of the trend line, reject a couple of times, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times on the weekly, and come down, tested the weekly again, come down, touch the bottom trend line, big rejection there on the weekly, up to halfway. That halfway point is also a very important line to watch. So it came down, so we could have taken a long position at this point, take profits at this point, and we came and rejected once, twice and 3 times. You could have taken a short position there, possibly set a take profit at that point, and take profit 1 there and a take profit 2 there. So we saw a rejection there, but again we had a move down and we tested, and currently we're at this level. So we could see price break this trend line, but we could also see a move up and possibly to that $60,000 area again. If we see a candle close above this upper trend line, Bukowski suggests that you take a long position once you see that candle close above. and we could then see Bitcoin moving up beyond these $80,000 areas. If we see bearish price action here, again, the short could be on. One thing to notice as well is that if Bitcoin breaks this upper area, or any asset that breaks the upper trend line, we could see a retest of this trend line again. Once it breaks, comes down, and that could act as support. This generally is a more bearish than bullish pattern. So if you're going to trade the bounce and go long at this point, then I would suggest you place your stops just below, as I said, around about the 45,000 mark, or at the point where your risk management level will allow. That is where I would place it. Again, not financial advice. Do your own research and make sure you have stop losses in place. Very important in trade. So let's look at this channel and patternsite.com. I'll leave both of these links in the description so you can go and read up about it and just solidify what these patterns are about and how to trade them. Price leading to the channel can be from any direction. A pipe tilted up or down, not horizontal. The two trend lines should be parallel or nearly so. Both should tilt upward or both should tilt downward. Price should touch each trend line at least twice as distinct peaks or valleys, which we have. Price should cross the pattern from trend line to trend line, nearly filling the available space. We have that. Occurs when price slows outside the trend line boundary. That is a breakout and can happen in any direction. We can see the trend line has been respected, rejected, come to the halfway point of the trend line. That's a very important line. Come up top of the trend line, rejected, hovered around the middle, came down to the bottom, rejected to the middle, trading around this middle point for a while. Top of the trend line, rejected, and we came all the way down, wicked right down to the $40,000 area, and had a very fast rejection up, again touching the trend line 1, 2, 3 times, kind of trading in a range over there, and we've already come and seen a rejection above the trend line almost to the middle. So what's happening right now? On the 4-hourly time frame, we had a very quick move up from 47,100 area. If we put on some of my support and resistance areas, we can see that we've got a very big support at 46,500. Let's look at the 4-hour at 47,000. We just had a very, very big bounce up from that area, and we're looking to break the resistance of the trend line. So two things can happen here. The first thing is that we could see a wick up and price action suggest bearish and come down. So I'm going to look at that and see what happens in this area. If we get a strong rejection candle and a strong bearish price action, I'm going to take a short here. Again, not financial advice. Make sure you have risk management in place. If you follow the strategy, I would place my stops just above there, possibly at 48,800. The second thing that can happen is that we break straight through this area. And if we get an hourly candle close above this area, this is a possible good place to take a long, because we could see price move up again to this $53,000, $54,000 area. And again, look at the link that I'll place in the description. Thomas Bulkowski, he trades these patterns at least 900 times, 1,000 times, and it's based on the results that he's gotten there. So it will actually show you how to trade it. So generally what he tells you to do, trade up channels from the long side, and he tells you trade down channels from the short side. So he's saying short when the price turns down at the top of the trend line, and be ready to cover as price nears the bottom of the trend line. So that's exactly what I explained to you, but we could see price move either way. Thank you for watching the stream. If you like the content, please smash that like button. Leave me a comment if you've got any questions or comments on both of these patterns. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already subscribed, and I hope that you have a very, very happy new year. Last stream of the year, 31st of December, and I pray and hope that 2022 is going to be the year that you're going to be the most profitable as a trader, and that you're going to reach your goals. See you next year.